Karen opened my driveway gate without consent, then cried to cops when I closed it. The sun beat down on Willow Lane, a quiet suburban street where every house wore its pride in manicured lawns and polished mailboxes. My home, a modest two-story with a creaky driveway gate, was my sanctuary. That gate, rusted but sturdy, was my line in the sand, keeping my world private. I'd spent years building that boundary, both physical and emotional, after a life of too many intrusions. But Karen, my new neighbor, didn't respect lines. Started small. Karen, with her sharp bob and sharper tongue, had a habit of commenting on everyone's property. "Your roses need pruning," she'd say, or, "That mailbox is an eyesore." I ignored her, nodding politely, but the neighborhood buzzed with her meddling. She'd rearrange Mrs. Carter's garden gnomes, scold kids for biking too fast, and once reported Mr. Thompson's dog for barking. Karen was a storm, and I wanted no part of it. Then came the day I caught her red-handed. I was in my garage, sorting tools, when I heard the screech of metal. I was stunned. "Fixing it? This is my property." My voice shook, not from fear but from the violation. Karen smirked, tossing her hair. "It's a community, not your personal fortress. I'm doing us all a favor." My blood boiled. I grabbed the gate, slammed it shut, and snapped the lock back on. "Stay off my land," I growled. Karen's eyes narrowed, but she turned and walked away, muttering about unneighborly behavior. I thought it was over. I was wrong. An hour later, sirens wailed. 2 police officers knocked on my door, Karen trailing behind, her face streaked with crocodile tears. "He threatened me," she sobbed, clutching her phone like a lifeline. I was just walking by, and he screamed at me, slammed the gate in my face. The officers, weary but professional, asked for my side. I explained the bolt cutters, the gate, the violation. They nodded, skeptical of Karen's theatrics, but warned us both to keep the peace. Karen stormed off, vowing to take this higher. The neighborhood split. Some, like Mrs. Carter, sided with me, fed up with Karen's overreach. Others, swayed by her sob stories, whispered I was the aggressor. The tension simmered, and I felt eyes on me every time I mowed my lawn. Then came the twist. Jake, the quiet teenager next door, approached me one evening. "I saw everything," he said, voice low. "Karen didn't just open your gate. She was snooping in your backyard, taking photos." He showed me blurry footage from his drone, catching Karen creeping around my shed. My stomach churned. This wasn't about aesthetics, it was personal. I confronted her again, this time with Jake's evidence. "Why were you in my yard?" I demanded, holding up my phone with the video. Karen's face paled, but she doubled down. "You're paranoid," she snapped. "I was checking for weeds, your yard's a disgrace." Her lies fueled my anger, but I kept calm. I posted the video online, letting the neighborhood see her true colors. The backlash was swift. Karen's allies dwindled, and her perfect facade cracked. But victory was bitter. Karen didn't stop. She filed complaints with the city, claiming my gate was a public hazard. She rallied a small group to protest, chanting about community rights. The stress wore me down. Rusty, sensing my unease, stopped eating. My sanctuary felt like a battlefield. One night, I found a note slipped under my door. "You'll regret this." No signature, but I knew her handwriting. The climax came at a neighborhood meeting. Karen stood, tearful, claiming I'd harassed her, ruined her reputation. I played Jake's video for all to see. Gasps filled the room. Karen's mask slipped, her voice shrill as she screamed, "You're all against me." She fled, humiliated. I thought I'd won. Then came the gut punch. Days later, I found Rusty lifeless in the yard, poisoned. No proof, but Karen's smug glance at the next meeting told me everything. I'd protected my gate, my pride, but lost my best friend. The neighborhood mourned, but Karen moved away, untouchable. Justice felt hollow. I rebuilt my gate, stronger, but the scars remained. Karen's actions exposed not just her malice but the fragility of community trust. We'd all failed to see her for what she was until it was too late. My home was mine again, but at what cost? Rusty's absence haunted every step. What would you do when trust is broken and justice feels empty? Share your thoughts on right, wrong, and the price of standing your ground.